the low cap altcoin with insane growth potential. Today, we analyze Bird.Money, the very interesting blockchain project using off chain oracles to actually create a trust score, just like we use in centralized finance, but without having one company rather do it, or one country even. You see in China they're giving out like a social score. Where in America, you have like a credit score based off multiple, mainly four different factors, and that kind of averages out to your own credit. What Bird.Money does in essence is actually gives each Ethereum address a different score. And this is based on how many rug pulls they've been involved in, scams, different things like this. Basically, how they've been interacting with DeFi. So this is a very powerful project. I do want to say right off the bat, as always, do your own research on any project. Even though it's a great low cap altcoin, it is important to understand that they're around a $5 million market cap. I mean, that is tiny, tiny. To do, it's absolutely insane. So just to kind of put that in to understand it a bit, just do a 10x to $50 million market cap, 100x, 500 million. We're seeing massive billion-dollar crypto projects, and we saw the whole market hit $1 trillion just not too long ago. So very interesting how early on you are if you're learning about this project, especially. Typically I cover a little bit like mid-cap altcoins, but this is a very interesting project. So let's jump right into the actual fundamentals, and then we'll wrap it up with the actual tokenomics, what they're kind of doing with CoinMarketCap, and how you can kind of analyze their tokens. So it's the off-chain oracle analytics for on-chain trust. Now, that may seem confusing, but we're going to break this down in easy to understand English. Bird.Money leverages the power of its off-chain oracle analytics to provide an on-chain protocol with trust data, combined with a lending platform, allowing you to safely maximize borrowing while gaining access to additional digital assets. So, what does this mean? Well, an off-chain oracle basically means you're taking data from off-chain, so things that are not being recorded on the blockchain, and having an oracle in between. So an oracle is basically the interface, kind of the middleman between smart contracts and what's going on in the real world. In an oracle, as you can see in this picture kind of here, you have the real world here. You have the oracle that's interpreting data in between this and smart contracts. So what they're really trying to do is essentially create this score, if you will, with Ethereum addresses, and in this way have something that centralized finance has that DeFi doesn't quite have yet. Currently in DeFi, we are obviously still early on, and part of this means that to interact with the smart contract, pretty much everyone's on the same scale. If you put money into a contract, so to kind of understand this, if you put money into a smart contract for like a lending platform, for example, like collateral, there's no advantage if you're if you have a better credit score in the real world, or if you're a really good person and someone else is a criminal or something like this. It doesn't matter. Everybody's treated the same, which is a good thing, but also there's advantages to creating more basically features inside of DeFi. So this is one where you can still use the platforms that treat everyone the same, that like no matter if you have like you're the most upstanding person versus someone that's participating in a bunch of scams, you're treated the same. Instead, you can go to something like Bird.Money, where they're actually allowing you to have a score based on your good reputation. And the interesting thing is you can actually go and check your own Oracle score if you just go to the Oracle Analytics app. I think it's this one, and they'll have it set up, or the lending app. But it's kind of like in beta mode, so it's not quite ready yet. But again, if you're learning about this project, you're in early, so it's good. Knowledge is power. So off-chain Oracle Analytics feed on-chain protocols. Previous migratory flights through DeFi are stored in the history of your Ethereum address. Bird.Money's off-chain Oracle Analytics accesses the history to provide lending platforms with more information about the loan applicant in order to reduce the risk of defaulting. So this is interesting. In again, like with DeFi, you literally don't even have your name hooked up to it. It's just they treat everyone the same. That's the one thing I think you want to really understand. So this is a nice little visual. They have Bird Analytics platform, Bird Loans smart contract, and they have the off-chain Oracle feeding data to the smart contract right here in the middle. So that's interesting. You can also kind of see it here. So you have pandemic, government policies, customer account activity, real world events. Moving to the Oracle is kind of, you see how it's kind of like this middleman, in between the smart contract. Great oracles like API 3 actually do this in a completely decentralized manner. That's why I'm a big fan of API 3. Check out our recent videos to see that one. So the more information and history provided by the loan applicant, the less collateral required to borrow, which maximizes the funds available to be accessed. So this is so key because right now, again, you have to understand that you're just like doing a lump sum, same with everybody else. Everybody's getting treated the same. With this, you're allowed to basically show that you're ethical in the blockchain space, and that you have kind of history with your Ethereum address, and that you can have better access to loans. So some example of real-world events that can affect on-chain loan access and increase the risk of defaulting include, but are not limited to, customer account activity, payment history, pandemic and other extrinsic factors, new government policies. Right. So this is all very, very interesting. This is a bit more like advanced things. If you want me to go into this in another video, I'd be happy to. But overall, their website's pretty nice. So borrow more assets with less collateral. Bird Lending is a non-custodial digital asset lending and borrowing platform. It is based on the Compound protocol with altered asset pools and the use of Bird Plus to increase access to extra funds on top of the current collateralized debt positions CDP offered by Compound, Finance, and Aave. So Aave, by the way, is a great, and Compound. I hold both those. So simply put, Bird Plus is an additional amount of tokens which we offer borrowers through our platform with supplying any extra collateral based on their transaction history and rating from Bird Off-Chain Oracle Analytics. This is one thing I wanted to say in the beginning. The team is currently anonymous. They do have some kind of like public figures that are going through, but they have these kind of icons going up. So it's interesting. It's part of having decentralization. So you don't have faces. So they're planning to not to get rid of kind of rug pulls, but it's kind of sometimes it's a little concerning. I think a lot of things is like the people that are involved in the space are more used to it because like Satoshi with Bitcoin, but it's different. It takes other people to get used to. Yeah. So, anyways, you can check out their white paper here. The roadmap, tokenomics is always interesting to take a look at. Um, with the tokenomics one is a Medium article. Maybe I'll link that in the description. And then you also have the CoinMarketCap website where we will be going over the actual tokenomics in detail, where you can see market cap and all these things. So we can hop right over to that right now. But again, this will all be linked in the description. And let's hop on over to CoinMarketCap. I absolutely love this website. I do also use CoinGecko, but very interesting here. So let's see. This is up a nice amount, but again, you really want to look at the market cap. Wow, wow, wow. This has grown since I last looked at it. So it's right around 6.5 million. So I was saying about 5 million in the beginning, but that was a round number. Again, rank 682 on 257 watch list. This is so early still. This is absolutely insane. This man, that volatility, it's like a 2x volatility just in the past 24 hours. That's hilarious. So wow, that's so interesting. So this is kind of the key links if you want to go over here. The community tabs are always nice to go on. And again, we're sitting right around about $84 at the time of recording this. You have the 24-hour volume of around 2 million, up 157, around 150%. So the total supply, this is something that's very interesting. We have about 50% of circulating supply going in, but we have only 140,000 Bird tokens. So again, you can check out that tokenomics article in the description if you want to learn a little bit more about what the token actually does. But right now we're just kind of looking at the actual, the actual numbers behind this. So 77,000 in circulating supply. We can go over and look at the actual chart. So here we go. I really enjoy this chart as always because we have, the blue line's a nice market cap, and then you have the price. So this project's so early. I mean, what? It's less than 2 months old. The price was originally around $3. Would have been nice, right, to get in there. But we were sitting kind of pretty over here at around, let's see what we're at, $22. This little peak here, we got put at $73. Now again, we're sitting around that $83, $84 mark. I mean, I think this thing could grow exponentially, honestly. Like, the interesting thing is when you look at charts like Bitcoin, for example, like if you scroll way back to 2011, like the really early days, it looks like this, but then you go to it today and it's flat, because these short-term price spikes when the market cap is so low, not saying that Bird.Money is the next Bitcoin, but I'm just saying in general, 10 years from now, if Bird.Money does what they're promising to do, again, always do your own research. But, if hypothetically, if they were able to do that, it's a pretty awesome situation because this literally will look flat. Like, you can go back and watch this video in 10 years, and or if you're watching this video 10 years from now, you can tell me, this would look flat because this has only been like 2 months of price action. So you get the point. So price change past 24 hours, again, 76%. That's so interesting. So here, one thing I always like to do, again, we have the market cap. They don't even have the data for this. So again, this is so huge when it's like market rank is tiny, the market dominance, no data. Interesting. Just kind of getting in on something early is always so nice. So let's see. Yesterday's open and close was 48 to 50. Low high. There we go. Let's see. Wow, the volume's just insane, that change. All right, so the 7-day low. So if you're buying right now, you are kind of buying at the 7-day peak and I guess the overall peak. But what you want to understand is, again, you're getting into a project early. If you're interested in getting into this, 7-day low was about $28, high $100, 30-day low $1,500, 90-day low $2. 52-week $2. So you're kind of in those same categories. So yeah, that's basically all for Bird.Money. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. Again, everything will be linked in the description, as well as some other videos, and always like links down there if you're an experienced trader, you want to have a nice sign-up bonus on Prime XBT, Femex, Binance, anything like that, or Bybit rather. Links in the description down below. Also some free Bitcoin and cryptos down below through Coinbase if you're new to this space. So just go down to those links. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and subscribe. Like, subscribe button all. Like, subscribe button all. As always, invest global. And until next time.